لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
When times take change, so must we. That the new time requires new response to new challenges.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another edition of the program As You Answer the Call. I am your regular host, Binta Magaji. The fight against coronavirus is still on. Respect the COVID-19 protocols to stay safe. Now to the program. At the inauguration of the current board of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, on Thursday, the 13th of February 2020, the chairman, Alhaji Zikrullah Olakunle Hassan, made important policy statements on how to make Hajj affordable and comfortable for Nigerian pilgrims. 1 year after since assuming office, how much of these promises have been actualized? Answers to these and other questions will form the thrust of our Spotlight segment. Also in the program, we have our regular segments such as the NAHCON News Diary, which features the activities of NAHCON chairman, key functionaries of the commission, and other stakeholders. These are more shortly. Stay with us.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is running a Hajj savings scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj savings scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj savings scheme for better Hajj services.
Thanks for being there. We begin the program with a news diary as presented from our studio. The Minister of the FCT and pioneer chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, Malam Muhammad Musa Bello, has expressed satisfaction with successes being recorded in the management of NAHCON. The minister stated this on Thursday, the 11th of February 2021, when he hosted on courtesy visit NAHCON top officials led by its chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Olakunle Hassan.
I think the Hajj savings scheme, like you rightly mentioned, is the way to go. Because of all its numerous advantages and multiplier benefits to community, especially in the rural areas. Training also for Hajj is very crucial, not just training for officials. I'm very pleased with all the efforts you have working towards, especially making your Hajj camps and other lands across the nation centers of activity.
Malam Musa Bello further extolled the previous leaderships of NAHCON, particularly the third board, for their resilience to uplift Hajj operations, calling on the current board to continue building on that. He advised NAHCON leaders to work closely with all stakeholders for better service delivery.
As far as Hajj industry is concerned,
Speaking earlier, NAHCON chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Olakunle Hassan explained to the minister the key policies being implemented by the commission in order to make Hajj affordable and comfortable for Nigerians.
the whole of Nigerian Muslim communities have come to agree with us that they need to save for Hajj. We have met virtually all the important traditional rulers, from the Sultan to the bottom, and all of them, without a single exception, agree with us that there is need to save for Hajj. We have met at least half of the governors in Nigeria, and not one has said that it's not the right way to do. And even only in 2 days' time, we will be in Ebonyi State to launch the Hajj saving scheme in the eastern Nigeria.
The chairman added that NAHCON is also focusing on its staff welfare so as to make them more productive and ease their individual needs, such as accommodation. Back at Hajj House, Nigerian Consul General in Saudi Arabia, Ambassador Abdul Karim Mambila and his entourage visited NAHCON management. The host and the visitors discussed extensively on Hajj matters and other areas of mutual interest.
We have a pending application with the ministry, and again it means with the consular that we have 2 of our staffs who have been on the waiting list to have a desk at the consulate so that to facilitate our work. And I trust now that you are here. I'm sending the application again and remind you that these staffs are ready.
And that's on critical stakeholders. We need to work together. It makes things much, much easier. Yeah. And we should start doing it, because I'm not going to Saudi Arabia very soon. We should start doing it right away, not during the operation, because we may not have time. So try to bring them closer. Anything you request, the rest I shall just get it easy.
The visit took place on Wednesday, the 10th of February 2021. In another development, the chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has reiterated the commitment of the commission to support the activities of private tour operators as they are key to economic growth.
To ensure that the different private tour operators...
The chairman made this known when the new executives of the Association of Hajj and Umrah Operators in Nigeria, NAHCON, visited the Hajj House on Wednesday, the 10th of February 2021. The new president of NAHCON, Yazid Yahya Suleiman, led the delegation.
I recognize the fact that every government exists to make private businesses to thrive. That is one of the responsibility of governance. Any government that kills entrepreneur will pay for it dearly, because the private entrepreneur are the engine of growth and development in any normal society.
On their part, the Commission's Commissioners of Operations, Abdullahi Magaji Hardawa, and that of Planning, Research, Information Statistics and Library Services, Sheikh Suleiman Momo, focused on other aspects that will promote sanity in the business of licensed tour operators.
Is the oversight function over the activities of any organization that is engaged in organizing and moving Nigerians to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the purpose of either Hajj or Umrah. That is a statutory responsibility, and we cannot afford to fail in that respect. But for us to achieve it, we need to partner with all such organizations. AHUN in particular is a critical holder.
I also saw certain memos where those that have been blacklisted because they've run foul of the law, of the rules set by the commission, maybe passed, they will go behind to request for registration of a company in another name. We would want to advise that such persons are not given cover under your own reign.
In his remarks, new NAHCON President Yazid Suleiman was full of praise for NAHCON's policies, saying the policies will transform Hajj for the better.
We have strong belief that the Commission, under your able leadership, will no doubt turn things around positively in Nigerian pilgrims. Your efforts to make Hajj cheaper and affordable, the Hajj 7 scheme, various training of staff, amongst others, are efforts that cannot be unnoticed.
The NAHCON president made a number of requests to NAHCON, including finding ways to cushion the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on their businesses. Alhamdulillah, if you're just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call. a public enlightenment presentation on the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. As mentioned in the introduction of the program, our spotlight segment is focusing on how the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has fared within its 1 year in office, particularly the goals it's set to achieve. Stay with us for the details.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
On Thursday, the 13th of February 2020, the fourth board of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, headed by Alhaji Zikrullah Kunle Hassan, was inaugurated and assumed office. At the ceremony marking the occasion, the chairman made key policy statements that defined the focus of the new leadership at NAHCON.
It's now our board task to carry on what the visionary pioneers, Malam Muhammad Musa Bello and Baris Abdullah Mukhtar Muhammad, MON, started. That when times change, so must we. That the new time requires new response to new challenges. We understood that at-home program is inadequate to address the need of our time, especially in the area of funding and revenue generation. So we must harness new ideas to make and reduce the cost of Hajj, so that many Ummah can be empowered and enabled to heed and hearken to the divine call and obligation.
1 year after, the National Hajj Commission has held many signposts of progress in implementing the policies outlined by the new board. They include introduction of Hajj Savings Scheme, establishment of International Hajj Training Institute, NAHCON Digital Transformation, Hajj Camp Rehabilitation. Others are restructuring of operations at zonal offices and reduction in the number of days in Saudi Arabia after the Hajj. Chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, Alhaji Zikrullah Kunle Hassan, reflects with satisfaction the progress made in actualizing the goals of the Commission.
We had worked, untiringly with the members of the executive, the board and the staff to go around all over Nigeria and preach the gospel of some of those things which we want to do. The first one, which I'm happy to inform us, is the issue of the Hajj Savings Scheme. And to a large extent, we've succeeded after signing an agreement with Jaiz Bank in September 20th. We have taken the message all across the country. It has been well received. And as I speak with you, at least half of Nigerian states are already enrolled in the Hajj Savings Scheme.
Hajj management requires synergy and cooperation by all stakeholders. They are therefore expected to play key roles in coordinating the affairs of NAHCON. The advocacy visits undertaken by the NAHCON leadership during the period under review were part of efforts of meeting these expectations. What then was the impact?
Yeah, we are fully aware that the National Hajj Commission board or staff does not own Hajj itself. We're just one of the major stakeholders. The Muslim traditional holders are major stakeholders. The Sultan of Sokoto is a major stakeholder. The governors are major stakeholders. The imams are major stakeholders, as well as the Islamic organizations. We have made tour to several parts of Nigeria: the northeast, the northwest, the north central, the southwest, the south. And I'm happy to say to Nigerians that there is no single exception in every place where we go to that these ideas that we sell are not well received.
The NAHCON strategic plan on digital transformation is to be implemented between 2020 and 2024 and is designed to achieve the following objectives: reduce the cost of Hajj, reduce the stay time in Saudi Arabia after Hajj, improve NAHCON operational efficiency, and increase revenue, as well as transform pilgrims' experiences. Work by the Commission on the digital transformation has reached advanced stage, having put in place the Digital Center and will soon be commissioned.
So we are not longer going to be analog. So that is the most important thing about it. And then we are keen to the federal government policy on digitalization. And of course, the global standard of technological advancement. So these are the important things that are there.
We have secured an architecture approval from the board, and the government has supported us. We are partnering with relevant government agency, and that is in the offing. But inshallah, it is around the corner. Very soon, we are going to launch the whole gamut of our digital transformation.
Other achievements recorded by the fourth board at NAHCON include staff training and the motivation of staff through improved salary structure.
The training is for all the categories of the staff, but in order to make sure that at least we achieve the objective of the training, we cannot mix all the staff, maybe somebody as a junior staff to the higher, depending on what type of training we are going to do. But in most cases, the approach, what we do is that we categorize them into different categories. Like the first one, we have the directorate cadre.
We are focused on improving the welfare of the staff. We are convinced that a well-paid staff will probably do more than somebody who is poorly remunerated. We have been working with senior staff of the organization to ensure that we improve the remuneration of our staff. We're again in this situation not yet satisfactory, I must say.
Furthermore, the current leadership of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, introduced new outreach centers in states and restored the zonal structure to facilitate effective operations and service delivery.
Our intention is to decentralize activities from the headquarters to those outreaches zonal offices so that they can effectively perform. If we devolve responsibility to them, we provide them with authority and resources for them to function. It will be better somebody, for example, in Jigawa, Dutse, can relate very well with somebody in Kano without having to come to Abuja.
One area NAHCON executives made their impact was through the measures adapted to improve the internally generated revenue of the board.
So we are now in the process of getting private, entrepreneur to partner with us in some of our landed properties and see how much we can do. And in this case, we have made appreciable progress. We're about signing one or two now in some, locations.
Thank you. Preparatory to the establishment of the Hajj Training Institute, on Wednesday, the 19th of August 2020, the management of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, submitted an application to the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, in Kaduna for the accreditation of the institute.
I believe is that Hajj has become a profession which is not an all-commerce affair. You need to be well-schooled, well-tutored in all those intricacies of Hajj to be able to be a successful Hajj manager. We have reached halfway in securing the license to start running an institute to train people for Hajj.
Equally important was the importance attached to media relations. Through regular engagements, the Commission was able to popularize its policies.
We know that the Nigerian public, even those who are Muslim and non-Muslim alike, as a government commission, have a right to hear what we do on their behalf. And so, on an interval, we intend to come to the world and tell them what we do and how we do it. In the case of people needing to get reassurances or to get questions or query answered, it will be an opportunity for us to interface with the public.
Since its creation in 2006, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, under its past and present leaders, has made steady progress in transforming the Commission in line with international best practices.
MashaAllah, you're still watching as you answer the call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj.
Pilgrims in the state of Ihram must observe certain rules laid down in Islam. In these rules, there are those that apply to all pilgrims. Then, some other ones that are peculiar to either men or women only. What are those rules designated for only women? On Making the Hajj tonight, Malama Fatima Umar Bolori, the head of Women Needs Unit under the Pilgrims Education and Orientation Division of NAHCON, provide answers to these and other questions. She begins by explaining the position of Ihram in the course of the Hajj or Umrah.
Ihram is one of the 4 pillars of Hajj. Hajj has 4 pillars: Ihram, Tawaf, Tawaf al-Ifada, and standing in Arafat. So it's a pillar of Hajj. Without Ihram, your Hajj is invalid.
Before assuming the state of Ihram, women, just like the men, are expected to take the ritual bath and do some general cleanliness of the body, such as trimming of the nails and armpit hair, among others. What are the Ihram rules for menstruating women?
For women in her menstruation period, there is hadith from the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam that is saying, women in menstruation, they can do all the Hajj rituals except Tawaf. So she would also take her bath, she can put on her Ihram and continue all what other pilgrims are doing, she can do it, except for Tawaf. Of course, we are not expecting her to pray.
When in the state of Ihram, men are only allowed prescribed dress code that consists of 2 pieces of unsewn cloth. But in the case of women, there are no such specifications.
The difference is that for men, they are using 2 white garments, unsewn. But for the women, they are allowed to use their normal dresses, as far as it contains the qualities of hijab in Islam. It should be wide, it should be untransparent, it should be unfitted, it should be unattractive. They will use their normal cloth, any color, be it white, green, red, any color.
What are the do's and don'ts that are peculiar to women when in the state of Ihram?
You cannot cover your face. You cannot put niqab, you cannot put hand gloves, but you can use your inner waist, your normal dressing, you can do that, but you are not allowed to cover your face. You will not cut your hair, you will not cut your nails, you will not kill like animals that are not harmful, and all misbehavious things, you will not do it. You just have to establish a good relationship between you and Allah. You continue the chanting, continue remembering Allah, continue good behaviors and become.
Malama Fatima Bolori therefore advised pilgrims, particularly women, on the need to participate in all pilgrims' education activities in order to understand more about Hajj and or Umrah.
Alhamdulillah, up next is the quiz. Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, in what condition are pilgrims expected to perform Hadi al-Ihsar? The correct answer is, when pilgrims are prevented from entering Mecca or afflicted by a disease. The winner is Umar A. Umar from Adamawa State. He provided the answer ahead of others. Umar A. Umar will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, what is the equivalent of performing Salat in Hatim? I repeat, what is the equivalent of performing Salat in Hatim? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck to you. Before we round off the program, we'll take some messages from our viewers. Bilkisu Bambale from Kaduna State sent in the first message. It reads, MashaAllah, the restructuring of NAHCON zonal offices will surely enhance performance of Hajj and NAHCON activities. Muhammad Umar from Niger State sent the second message. It says, may Allah assist NAHCON in its operations. We're being educated through your quiz. Though a regular participant, I am yet to win. Jazakumullah. You too can send a message through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Remember, you can stop the spread of coronavirus by complying with all preventive measures. Let's support our government in the fight against coronavirus. That's it on this edition of the program as you answer the call. Join me same time next week for another package of the 2020 review of NAHCON activities. Good night and thanks for watching.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك